So here we have Ishaan Chitnis, who studied at the Culinary Institute of America. So Ishaan, why don't you tell us what was the admission procedure at this institute and how did you prepare for it?
Of course. So thank you for having me, Sean. And as far as the admission procedure for the Culinary Institute of America, or as we would refer to it as the CIF from this point onwards, uh, during the time I was looking for admission, the criteria stated that you needed to have 6 months of experience in the relevant field or industry. And for me, that was working in kitchens, unless in the culinary side of kitchens, as opposed to if you were looking for uh, baking and pastry, then they would look for baking and pastry experience. But since then, a year after that, the college has decided to do away with um, that requirement, and now anyone can apply as long as they can write an essay which states their love for food. There are three topics which are given to you by college, and they review the essay. And as far as admission, that's all there is. It always helps to know about the industry and have experience before you enter, because this is really a skills based degree. From the first day you enter till the day you graduate, you're working in kitchens, so you have hands-on experience. Everything is um, it's structured in the best way possible, as far as I've seen and as far as I've experienced. You get to um, as far as I would like to advise someone, I'd always say get experience before joining college. Um, 6 months is good enough. 1 year is recommended. And yeah, the fact that I went to college for hospitality before this in India also helped brush up some academic knowledge about culinary. And I would definitely suggest working, because it is completely different from what people expect before they enter the field. There's a lot of commitment involved. There's You have to accept the fact that you're going to be away from a lot of social interaction on days that you would expect to be with your family or with your friends. For example, holiday seasons, or what's usually weekends for everyone else is a regular work day for you, and vice versa. So that's what I would like to tell people who'd like to go for any college in this field, or even decide to enter this field. As for your second question, which said what courses did I take at the institute and why did I select? So I went for the associate's degree in culinary arts because I wanted to be I wanted to learn specifically about food and beverage, which which my concentration lets you pursue. Um, what I did in IHM was more of a broader dive into the industry, which included housekeeping, front office, which is reservations, etc., and working in the kitchen. But I decided to narrow down all of my education into working in a restaurant more, related to food more, which can mean either food service or cooking. And that's why I chose that that concentration. And the reason I chose an associate's degree over a bachelor's was because I did not want to have two bachelors. It's just a lot of more of a time commitment and a monetary commitment. That was my reason for picking that. And as for my reason for picking the institute would be, I've worked as an alumni for a short period of time and consulted quite a few other chefs in the industry, and all of them had a unanimous say about which college I should go to and which one would be the best. And I, there were people I trusted, there were people I looked up to. Henceforth, my decision for going to the Culinary Institute. For your third question, you have which other institutes would be comparable. So I have asked quite a few other people. I've met a few students from other institutes. I would suggest the Institute of Culinary Education, which is in New York as well. The Institute of, it's actually ITHQ, which is a Swiss Institute for Hotellerie, and it's based in Quebec, Canada. The other one would be Kendall Institute, based in Chicago. Contrary to what you might think, Le Cordon Bleu is something that chefs don't recommend because they have the least hands-on experience in which a field that needs the most hands-on experience. But it is definitely a great college for baking and pastry if someone wants to pursue that side of the culinary world. And a lot of new colleges coming up. I think the most recent one that has risen up in the radar has been August Escoffier School, which is also in two locations in the United States. It is comparatively easier on your wallet as far as these schools go. And it is also a great curriculum. Quite a few of my friends have looked into their course, their diploma per se. And so those would be my recommendations. As far as guidance to the students, yeah, the main thing would be industry experience. Nothing takes you further than having hands-on industry experience. I would say before you even decide to pursue or give any entrance exam for anything in India or apply for any of these colleges, I would definitely recommend working in either a bakery or a kitchen. Hone your skills before you go to any of these restaurants, because that is something you can fall back while the CIA is teaching you. They say they take you from the beginnings of culinary skills to the end of as far as a college can take you, and they do. But I would still recommend that if you come in with your skills taken care of, or if you read up more on basics about cooking and everything, if you come with that, which you will learn when you're working in the industry, you'll be way ahead. You'll be steps ahead compared to the rest of them, and that's what sets you apart finally. You're hired for your skills, and nothing can beat experience, is my experience. It's my experience, yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your advice, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, absolutely. And thank you for having me once again.